Rupini Palayama Parameshwari. All right, let's begin. Shri Chakra Vasini Devi Namaste, Shivakama Sundari Devi Namaste, Shri Krishna Sodari Devi Namaste, Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste, Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste, Padmadala Lochani Devi Namaste, Bhakta Paripalini Devi Namaste, Parvatvartini Devi Namaste, Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste, Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste, Karuna Vilasini Devi Namaste, Katyayani Gauri Devi Namaste, Kadambavanvasini Devi Namaste, Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste, Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste, Shakti Parameshwari Devi Namaste, Shambhumana Mohini Devi Namaste, Shankari Kripakari Devi Namaste, Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste, Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste, Annapurneshwari Devi Namaste, Akhilandeshwari Devi Namaste, Abhaya Pradayini Devi Namaste, Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste, Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste. Satyaswarupini Devi Namaste, Sadguru Rupini Devi Namaste, Dharma Swarupini Devi Namaste, Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste, Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste, Akhanda Paripurni Devi Namaste, Adi Parashakti Devi Namaste, Akhila Paripalini Devi Namaste, Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste, Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste, Ananta Rakshaka Devi Namaste, Saubhagyadayini Devi Namaste, Santane Labh Prade Devi Namaste, Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste, Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste, Pai Bhuvaneshwari Devi Namaste, Shri Vidya Rupini Devi Namaste, Shakti Swarupini Devi Namaste, Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste, Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste. All right, so we are on we are reading Tripura Rahasya. We are very blessed because we get to read such beautiful books and we get to hear from such great personalities like Parashuram ji, Samvart Rishi, Bhagwan Dattatreya. Really something good we have done, and because of that merits that we have accumulated, we are able to hear such about such granthas, about such scriptures. Yesterday, where we ended, Parashuram was in his zone thinking, what did he achieve by displaying so much anger? He said, he's thinking in his head, I have everything, I got everything, I defeated everyone. But anger, I'm not able to yet defeat anger. I may have everything, but if I cannot defeat anger, what's the purpose? I am not feeling that peace. I left everything and I wanted to achieve that Brahma Gyan, that knowledge of the divine knowledge I wanted to know. But this anger is a big obstacle. I have yet not overcome this. And he was thinking all this, and then he meets Samvart in the way. And Samvart, Brahma's Angira's son, Sage Angira's son, and Samvart gives him the guidance and tells you what you are thinking right now is right. Please go and go to Dattatreya. I was also in somewhat similar phase of anger, but I worked on it. And right now, the way you're seeing me, I'm always ecstatic, I'm always blissful. It is because of the knowledge that I received from Bhagwan Dattatreya. So you must go there. And he said, you must worship Tripuramba, Ma Tripura. That how will you know about Ma Tripura? Who will teach you about Ma Tripura? He said, without Guru, it is not possible. Tasma Dattatreya's Guru Samipam Braja Bhargava. That's why you must go to Dattatreya. And he said, Tat karanantu satsangam sarvatan mulkam yata. Without satsanga, this is not possible to know about Ma Tripura. So you must do the satsanga with Guru Dattatreya. And then he went on singing the glories of Guru, that Vina Guru Rashrayata Shubham Vindet Vaikatham. Without taking the refuge of the Guru, how can anybody expect that good things will happen to them? And then he says that if somebody is blind, no matter how many lights you on for them, if they are blind, they are blind. You cannot do anything for them. They need to get the eyes to see things clearly. Similarly, those who are living in this world, they are like blind people. They need to get the knowledge. And how is that possible without going to the Guru? So one must go to the Sadguru and save. Here it is say, Vina Sadguru Sevaya. Without serving the Guru, it is not possible to get that pure knowledge. So one must go and worship the Guru and serve the Guru. And who is a Guru? He said, Sakshat Sadashivo Deva. He is Sakshat. Means he is Sadashiv. He is Shiv. Guru is Shiv, and he Shishya Lokanukampati, just to bless the disciples. Not only disciples, students, those who want to learn. So Shiva, to bless everybody, he descends on earth. He manifests himself on earth. How does he manifest himself? He said, Manishya Rupa Masthaya. Lord Shiva presents himself as a human guru. And Sada Paryatiti Prabhu, and he is always moving around all over the world looking for people who are looking to be enlightened. So enlightenment comes from Shiva, but how does Shiva work? Shiva works through a human guru. And right now on this planet, Samvart says, Dattatreya Bhagwan is there, Guru Dattatreya is there, you must go to him. Vina Guru Padabja Sanshayam Kahasamihitam. Without going to the lotus feet of the Guru, how can we expect anything good? So even if you want to achieve anything material in this world, you want to get friends, family, or say wealth, even to achieve that, you have to go to some Guru. So you must go to the Guru. Without Guru, nothing is possible. So go there. So, and then blessing him, Samvart left from there, and Dattatreya is going. And Dattatreya remembered one thing. Samvart told me that I must contemplate on the dosha. Dosh means negatives of the world. This world feels very nice, but whatever is nice is really not nice. So I must find out those faults behind these nice things. So he starts thinking in those direction. He says, Pravaha patito martya iva tad vashatam gatah yadvad andhanu gandha syad vigyata gatikramaha. He said, I kept on moving in this world as if, just like in the river, some straw in the river. If you just throw some straws, some wood, dry wood in the river, wherever the waves are going, the dry wood will go there. So he says, this world is like a river. Wherever the waves of the river took me, the worldly river took me, I just went on without thinking, without using my brains, intelligence, nothing. I just went on wherever the waves took me. And he went on saying, Agragasya phalam bhunkte te the me sarvato janaha aviditaiva paryantam kurvanti kritkarmanaha. People in this world do not think what they are doing. They follow blindly. So some worldly person comes, gives you some knowledge, worldly knowledge. You never question. You think, this is good. I must follow this. And you follow. It's like, you see ads when you're driving, you see so many ads. And all the ads, things which are not good, they will show it so nicely. Oh, these are very good. And you think, wow, this is the way I have to be. You know that what they are showing is just to lure you. But you think, that is right, I have to have it. And you follow. So people of the world are blind, but they will project themselves as so knowledgeable, and their glamour is so strong that you fall for their lure, and you're also following the blind. That blind person is going to fall one day. You never question. You are also going to fall one day. Blind following the blind. So here he says, he's thinking all that. That is the situation of the world. Everybody is living ignorantly, doing things ignorantly. Where they're going to go, they don't know. And when they get things which are unexpected, everybody is looking for good things, happiness in the world. But when they don't get the happiness, they think, oh, this is what I was destined to. Then they question their destiny. If somebody is unhappy, they question, why me? Why me means, well, you never knew. You never made an effort to know. Even if somebody told you, do the right karma, you blindly followed. So now but nobody wants to know. They think this is the right way, so let me just go this way. You take up all the wrong steps thinking that this is right. So here he's saying that whatever they are suffering, they don't know why they are suffering. They don't know how to even come out of it. And they see the world suffering, but still they will want to do the same thing. Because everything looks very glamorous. So people fall for that glamour. And then he goes on giving an example. He says, just like the fish, when you have to do fishing, you take the fishing rod and in that string, you just put some worm, which is very colorful worm, and then you throw it. And the fishes will come getting attracted to the worm, and they are stuck and fishes die. So this is the situation of the world. So many things are thrown in front of you. You come to catch them and you are stuck. So here he's saying, everybody in this world is like that. He says, akrimishva pachat sarve sukhartam satat odyata yat sukham vitkrimer jiva maitunothatum yadrisham. That including a small insect or any animals, all the way till human beings, everybody is attracted towards sex with the opposite person. But what is the point? Human being is behaving just like an insect or a chandal, attracted towards the opposite thing, opposite gender. What do they get? Everybody is doing the same thing. A human being, an animal, there is no difference. They have sex, they have babies. Humans also have sex, humans also have babies. They eat, humans also eat. They sleep, humans also sleep. They protect their family, humans also protect their family. So what is the difference? Why were we born humans? At least, he goes on saying, at least those animals are peaceful. But human is not at all peaceful. There is no peace, even after running so much behind all those lures. Humans love, you want love from somebody. You have to go after that person. If it is a two-sided love, great. If it is an unrequited love, heartbreak. Okay, if the love is accepted and you both get married, it seems very rosy, but after some time, love just disappears. Then it is only the daily problem that is there. That's what husband and wife keep talking. Then earning money for the family, you have kids, you all that moment is so temporary. The love is gone somewhere else. Now it is only how to take care of the family. Earn money, earn money, earn money, earn money. And no matter how much money you earn, no matter how much in the bank you have, still feeling, oh, do I have enough? Will this be enough? So human is working in using his wisdom. He has followed everything that he's supposed to do. But he never feels satisfied, never feels relaxed. At least the animal, after giving the birth to the kid, it will do whatever it has to do, and then the kid is gone. The animal is still sleeping well. Animals don't lose their sleep. Humans, they have to take pills to go to sleep. What is the situation? So he goes on thinking all this thing. This is called fault finding in things, He says, this pleasure, the sex pleasure is there in everybody. But what does it eventually give? And what are you craving for? This physical pleasure that human beings crave, this is the highest pleasure. This is what makes you stuck in the world. What is this pleasure for the body? Man gets attracted towards a woman body, or a woman gets attracted to the man. What is the attraction in this body? Oh, you like the skin, fair and lovely. So many skin products are being sold to make you look better. Oh, you like the hair. Oh, you like the way she talks. Oh, her eyes. Oh, her teeth. Oh, her nails when she puts nail polish. Oh, her legs. Her whole figure. Parashuram is thinking in her head. What is that beauty? You like her skin? What is that skin made up of? There's nothing. It is just pores, plasma, that's all. And below that skin is just flesh. Are you liking the flesh? There's only blood going everywhere. If the skin is removed, what is there? And in that skin also that you're attracted. How can you be attracted to a skin which is always sweaty? You have to put so many deodorants to mask the sweat. No matter how beautiful dress you wear, armpits will show off. Or the sweat will show off. Oh, her beautiful ears. When she wears the earrings. What is in that ears? Only ear wax. Oh, her beautiful nose, so sharp. What is in that nose? It is only full of phlegm, mucus. Oh, her lip, her kiss. What is in the kiss? It is only full of spit. Oh, her teeth. What is in the teeth? It is just bones, calcium, made up of calcium. Oh, her eyes. Beautiful. Really. When she gets up in the morning and her eyes is having all boogers. Oh, her hair. Oh, really? If she just cuts her hair and puts it in your soup, are you going to drink it? You'll say, what a mad lady, mad woman. Is it not? What happens to the love that time? Her hair. Oh, her nails. If she cuts her nails and puts it in your soup, and the nail comes in your mouth, you'll be like, what is this? Cut your nails, you'll say, right? So where is the beauty? Where is the beauty? This body, no matter whatever you give it a 5-star hotel food, best of the diets. What is the output? Just poop and pee. This body, No matter what input you give, the body for which you are crazy, the woman body or the male body, what for which you are crazy is nothing but a factory which produces poop, pee, urine, pus. When you get some scars or some boils, what do you see in that? Pus, spit, sweat. So this body for whom you are crazy, the output is only this. This is a factory producing only this. So why are people running after the opposite sex? So he keeps thinking like that. He says, this body has only flesh, and beyond the flesh, there is bones, and in the bone, there is only bone marrow. So what is it that you are crazy for? Are you crazy for the skin? Are you crazy for the hair? Are you crazy for the flesh? Are you crazy for the plasma? Are you crazy for the veins and the arteries? Are you crazy for the intestines? Are you crazy for the bones? Are you crazy for the bone marrow? What is it? Oh, that body gives me pleasure. What is the output of the body that gives you pleasure? This is called as fault finding. When you hear like this, you're like, oh my God. Oh, stop. Let us enjoy the world. Oh. He says, those who get attracted like this, they go on doing things which you should not be doing. When you are on the path of sadhana, they'll say, do not do any sexual misconduct. That is the hardest thing to control. So there was a freedom given to people who in married life. Okay, you can. But if you do not control your mind, you're going after woman after woman after woman, or a man after man after man. What is the point? This body was given for some other purpose, but you waste it like a animal. You are not cats and dogs. A cat, it's an animal. It can have. But you are not cats and dogs. So Parashuram is thinking all these things, and he's saying people, they get attached to their body, they get attached to the other body, and this attachment of bodies makes them do things which they should not be doing. But they do. Derogatory things. They do. This body does not have even one good qualification to be proud of. Whether somebody is very knowledgeable or whether somebody does not have any knowledge, still everybody knows that this body is a house of perspiration. And only bad odor. This body never smells good. It will only smell bad. So you don't have to have a special knowledge to understand what is the problem with the body with which you are so attached. This body, you are attached. My family, I'm so attached. My wife, my husband, my children, my. What is this my? Every my here that you see, they are factories of producing bad odor. That's all. Bad smell. The only thing that is coming out of this, as I told you, all this bad outputs with bad smell, this is what you're craving for. There is only skin that is decaying, shrinking every day. There are only hairs which are falling every day. And there is only blood in this body, nothing else. No matter how much you decorate this body, Sugandhi Gandha Kusumair Mandit Yatyati Sundarai Avetya Manditam Deham Pramoda Mupyati Chaha. No matter how much you decorate the body, put so much of sandalwood, put so much of musk perfume or sandalwood perfume. No matter how much you want to smell good by putting a lot of flowers on your hair. If you don't get flowers, you put those attar. perfume. No matter however you decorate the body, and seeing the decoration, people feel, oh, the woman is so beautiful, because it is just outer makeup. But really, when you think of it, the body has no smell. It is bad smelling all the time, foul smelling all the time. How can somebody love this body, from which every second such bad things are oozing out? How can you love such body? And not only that, somebody will say, oh, you don't know. एक तो कम जिंदगानी, उससे भी कम है जवानी. So he says, yeah, people say, what are you talking? Life is already so less, don't talk nonsense. And more lesser than life is your state of youthfulness. Let's just enjoy the youthfulness. He goes on saying, what is that youthfulness? It stays so temporary. And then eventually that same body with which you fell in love is going to become old. It happens. You will have crush in your school, some young girl. In our school, there was a girl who was very beautiful, very, very beautiful when she was in high school. And all the guys behind her. So you have this image of this girl, so beautiful, and all the guys behind her. And one day, after many years, maybe around 15, 16 years, it so happened that I was going in one building and I was going to somebody else's house. And the ground floor, I just rang the bell on the ground floor to ask the address of the person to whose house I was supposed to go. And when I ring the bell, this woman comes out, a fat woman, and her hair fully tied back, like how a typical Indian household, ladies are there, full of sweaty, and she just came out of the kitchen, opened the door, and then she looks at me. She's like, Smita. I'm looking at her. Who is this girl? I'm like, yeah, I'm Smita. Is this person's address? She's like, no. You forgot this person's address. That person lives up, but you forgot me. You don't remember me. I'm like, who are you? I really don't remember you. She's like, I'm so and so. You remember in this grade? I'm like, that's you? She's like, yeah. It's so nice to see you. I'm also like, yeah, it's very nice to see you. Of course, when you meet your school friends, you feel happy. But then after meeting her and then exchanging all those pleasantries and happiness, and then I left and I went to the person whom I had to meet. And in the way I'm thinking, my God, she changed so much. She was so different. And within like 10, 15 years, she's so different. So different. So that is how body is. What looks beautiful at one age does not look beautiful at another age. So what is it that people are falling in love with? That is what Parashuram is saying here. This youthfulness which you enjoy, and that youthfulness is so small. After that, the body is going to become old. No matter how much Botox and shots you give to your skin, you end up looking, I don't know what to even say. You cannot retain that beauty. The skin is going to sag. So what is it that you are falling in love with? Not only the skin is going to sag, this body is going to give you so much trouble. It will become a house of disease. No matter how much good you are at the gym. If the bone inside is decaying, it is decaying. If arthritis is coming, it is coming. Sciatica happens, it happens. What can you do? You're trying to be perfect in everything, but yet this body for whom you are trying to be perfect, this body is going to not listen to you. And whatever you are making with this body, everything is not good. So this is what is called as fault finding. So Parashuram is on the way thinking like this. The people of the world don't think like this. And that is why they fall in love with somebody, and then falling in love, then they do all these things, that they make their whole big web. And in that whole big web drama, whatever they have made in their lives, They go through such emotions, ups and downs, fights of ego. They go through so much. They go through only pain. The beginning itself is pain. It starts from pain. It ends in pain. They come back again. They go in the cycle of pain. But then still they think that, oh, this is so nice. This is so beautiful. Love is beautiful. So here he's saying, Chaitanya Kalahino, Jalaklino, Atimangalam, Primirashi Mayaschanyer Bhakshito, Vingmayo Shuchihi, Evam Bhuta Dashayuktam, Pashyannapyanya Dehakam, Matva Swadeham, Jaramar, Matyanta Muradihi. Say people, then he's saying people fall in love with this body, which is going to go bad one day, and it will be only full of blisters, and those blisters are only going to be full of pus, which is going to be very smelly. This body is going to be foul, yet people fall in love with this body. What is this body? It is only made up of water element, 70% of water element. That's all. This water element exhibits itself in different things. And as you turn old, you get all this itchy somewhere, the blood flows. So nothing. What are you falling in love with? And this body, not only that, it is always being attacked by bacteria all the time. No matter how many times you go and take bath, again, bacteria will be there in your body. So he says, this body is only attacked by bacteria, and bacteria is always eating up this body even while you are alive. Is it not? Suddenly you get rash one day, itchy rash, those ringworms, and then you have to go and find out Vitex or some cream which can, heal you. So he says, this body for whom you are loving, you think it is yours, but no. There are bacteria all the time attacking your body and trying to eat you up. Suddenly you get sore eyes. Something went inside, right? Trying to eat your eyes. You get sore, you get cold. Something is going right, cold virus, flu virus. So this body whom you think is so beautiful is being only attacked by other jivas, other bacteria, other living entities. How do you even think it is yours? This is the greatest illusion. This is all Parashuram is thinking, and through him we are learning. Okay, and then he goes on saying, what is it then? One must really think, even after knowing all these things, what is the real beauty for which person is crazy? We know, now we heard so much, and it feels, but yet, somewhere our heart says, no, you are talking too much. Beauty is still there. What is it that makes it appear beautiful? We know everything is decaying, but there is something which is making it feel beautiful. We know everything is temporary, but there is something, for some minute, it makes us feel nice and beautiful. What is that? One must focus on that. And that is called Chaitanya Kala, means the consciousness, the pure consciousness. That pure consciousness is Divine Mother. She exhibits herself as pure consciousness, and this pure consciousness is in each and every one, and that is what makes you feel beautiful or happy. In some person's company, you just feel happy. Sometimes it's happened, a very smart, handsome guy will marry a girl who is not at all good looking. And people are like, what did you see in her? It's not about the looks. It's about that some quality in the consciousness of that lady. Something. And the same quality in the consciousness of the guy. That consciousness matched each other, and that is why they fell in love. So everything in the world we know is externally, it looks like this, But there is something that makes it look beautiful, and that is known as Chaitanya Kala. Chaitanya Kala means the consciousness, the pure consciousness. And that pure consciousness is Divine Mother, Parashakti. Okay. So this is what he goes on saying. Again, he goes back to the thinking. A man gets attracted towards a woman's breast. Why? He says, what is there in the woman's breast? Or the woman gets attracted towards a man's broad chest. What is there in the broad chest? Just two nipples. They are nothing. They look like some flesh is just protruding. So right now, so if somebody is attracted towards somebody's broad chest, it is just a extension of the flesh. Some extra flesh protruding out of the skin is just the nipples. That is the situation of the man. And what about the woman? Oh my God, the man is attracted towards the breast. What is it? That's all. Some few pounds of flesh flowing out. What are you attracted for? Again, the same analogy. What is this flesh? Same cheese, Shankaracharya, when he wrote Bhaj Govindam. This is what he was trying to, he tries to say. What are you lusting for? The breast of a woman or the navel of the lady? Nari stan bhar maya moh nari stan bhar nabhi desham drishtva maya mohavesham etan tanmasvasadi vikaram manasi vicharaya varam varam bhaj govindam govindam bhaj mudhamate. Shankaracharya said, why is your mind not going into God? Why is the mind stuck on the woman? So many times you think of the breast and so many times you think of the navel. What is so attractive about the breast and the navel? Tell your mind, it is nothing but just a transformation of the flesh. The flesh which is flowing everywhere else is just extra flesh on those two parts. And what is this flesh? Full of sweat, pus, blood, veins, arteries, plasma. What is it that you are going crazy for? Oh mind, think of Govind. Bhaj Govinda, Bhaj Govinda. Govindam Bhaj, oh foolish mind, Mudhamate. Same thing Parashuram is saying. What is that? What are you going crazy for? This, you're going crazy for the woman's body. This is only filled with insects. That's all. And even after seeing so many faults in this woman's body, yet the man is going crazy. And if he doesn't get that woman, he becomes angry. And in anger, he can do things which is wrong. You know, in India, so many acid attacks happen. We know about those. Why does it happen? Because you liked that woman, the woman said no, and then you went and threw acid. What kind of work did you do? So kamna means desiring that woman. And if you don't get that, then you become angry. And anger, desire and anger make you do things which are not good. So why are you craving so much for this woman? So all these things he went on thinking, and he is walking there. Then he goes on saying, some people are so crazy about their desires. They become like, while living itself, they become like ghosts, living ghosts. If their desire don't get fulfilled, they're just roaming here and there, doing anything. And they are never peaceful. And he goes on saying, Prayojana mandadhiyo jivo pastaparayana, those who are less brainy, who are less wise, lesser wise people, those who lack wisdom, they're only too crazy about two things. One is their tongue Another is their genitals. So lesser wise people, people who have less wisdom, the tongue and the genitals, they don't have control over that. Most of the people are living like that. So he says this, they go crazy for this, the tongues and the genitals, and they don't realize that death is just nearby. Death is just nearby. People become 50 years, 60 years, 70 years, and yet they cannot come out of their lust mentality. I have seen this. I was in 10th grade, so there was a marriage happening in my village. And in village, those times, maybe today, even now also. So in those time, girls, when there is the Barat means all the people from the man's side, they go to the women's side, okay, for the marriage. So only man will go, women are not allowed to go. So women stay back and in the villages, and the men, all the men troop will go to the girl side, and they have this Barat over there. So all the arrangements are made, and in that arrangements, people are sitting, and then they call this dancers. So all young girls, they'll come as dancers. So this men, so actually women are not allowed, but I went to my papa and I said, Papa, I want to come. Why only women are not allowed? Even I want to come. So I was hardly 14 years. Papa is like, okay, come. And my mom is like, where will you take her? Papa is like, no, she wants to come, let her come. No problem. So first time I went in a Barat, in a Gaon Barat, where no girl was there, okay? All men from all ages. My old people also from the villages where they're all men, and I'm the only girl, 14-year-old, in that Barat, sitting there in the night. And they're like, Nautanki is going to happen, Nautanki. Nautanki means ladies are going to dance. I'm like, okay, for me, it was first time I saw Nautanki. I never seen it. And then I saw there's a young girl dancing, and all these old men of the village. Some of them are probably drunk. And the way they are behaving with these young girls, it was so shameful, because these old men, I'm seeing them as my grandfathers, because in India, everybody we call grandfather. So everybody is branded in that category, grandfather zone. You cannot expect such an old man. You're thinking, oh, every day also he's giving me so much knowledge, he's talking such great things. And what happened to him that night? I still have some images of some of these old people, senior citizens. What happened to him? He was dancing like crazy, as if like he's some 18-year-old ghost has gotten into him, looking at that young girl dancing, and he's doing such weird steps. So when he says like this, I realize, yeah, this is what the situation of people is. No matter they are becoming 70-year-old, their body is becoming old, but their lust, it does not become old. It remains as it is. What they were in 18, they are still in 30, they are still in 40, they are still in 15, 60, 70, 80, probably 90-year-old also, they will be the same in their heads. The body will not do anything but the mind. So this is what he's saying, that people who don't have wisdom, they can't control their food habits, the tongue, and they cannot control their genitals. And they forget that death is nearby. People who like to eat. So I know of this lady, she was very old, around 85, 88. And the doctor has said, don't eat certain things, where she was not allowed to eat certain things. But she would fight with the family. Why? Let the doctor say anything. I want that pickle. I want that sugar. And family is like, if you eat that, you will die. It's okay. Let me die. Anyways, I have to die. I want to eat that. How dare you stop me? I have given you guys so much. What the doctor can say? And she used to take and eat. Controlling the tongue, 88-year-old lady. And controlling the genital, 90-year-old man. So people forget that death is nearby, and they want to do all these things which they should not be doing. This is the situation of man. And this is what Parashuram is thinking. And through him, we are being reminded to think like this. Not to waste our wisdom in smaller things like this, but to use that intelligence and wisdom to gain higher things. What is that beauty? The beauty is only Chetana Shakti. That beauty is Divine Mother. We don't have to fall for all this. Don't have to behave like animals. At a certain age, we enjoyed. Now at a certain age, we have to know to stop. Stop. And he says, the person, everybody is looking for that happiness. And when they don't get that happiness, they become angry. And when they become angry, anger kills them. Here it is written like that. Kam krodha hata martya sukha siddhye sadotyata. So they are dying they are dying to satisfy their sex desire, and they are dying to satisfy. And if they don't get it, they are angry. So anger and these desires are killing the person day by day. And he says, better than this, Dhanyasto hi tiryangascha sansatmanasa sukham chudani vritti matrarthas kalartha krityodamaha asangraha paranityam shayana swastamanasaha ahodhikamavashtam sada santapakarini. He says, better than these human beings who are dying like this every day are the animals. He says like that. Are the animals. They are not collecting, they are not saving for the future. They are not becoming greedy. And they are not dying for their genitals. They are not lusty. When the season is there, they'll mate, and after that they'll forget. They're not in their head thinking all the time the same thing. Better than the human being are these animals. This is what he says. Better than them is the animals. They will eat only to fill their stomach. They don't eat and keep burping 24 hours. No. They only eat to fill their stomachs, and in the night they sleep peacefully. What is this human life? You can't even sleep peacefully. So people, and then he goes on saying, people have money, people have estates, people have kingdoms, but yet they will go and attack other kingdoms to get more and more and more. They are never, ever, ever satisfied. This lust, this desire is never satisfied. And what happens to such people who are always greedy for money? They have so much wealth, so much prosperity. Here it is written, Mrityumasya prarthyanti putradaraya priya tasmadnena atma mrityu samena kimu vai sukham. He says, even after collecting so much wealth, so much prosperity, that person is always in fear, and he gets so many diseases, and because of the having so much money, he gets a lot of friends, but those friends are not his friends, they are his enemies. And not only that, his own wife, his own kids go against him because of his greedy habits. And all of them secretly desire, when will this guy die so that we can enjoy all the property that he has made, all the assets will come to us. So all the people are secretly desiring. The son is desiring the father should die, the wife is desiring the husband should die. What is the point? And even after seeing all this everywhere, all these foolish people, they still want to make so much money, they still want to be greedy, they want to run after this desire. And they think, by earning so much money only, I can secure my family. But they don't realize this family, what is it thinking about you? They say, I'm going to earn for my family. But this is an excuse that they're making for their own greed. The family is never theirs. And to earn that money, they do things which they should not be doing. He's earning the money only to satisfy his own ego. I give you this, I earn this, I'm taking care of the family, only to satisfy the ego. He's earning the money, and that's all. And in the end, all of the endeavors that he did is only going to give him grief, nothing else. It's not going to give him happiness at all. And then he goes on saying, he thinks, whatever I did, I had good luck, and that's why I got it. I worked very hard and I got it. And saying that, he says, when he doesn't get that kind of love in return from the people, and whatever the money he has earned, when it doesn't go in the right direction, he feels very sad. He does not understand what happened. And then Parshuram thinks one should always keep thinking about all these things, and based on that, one must put his wisdom in the right place. And he was thinking all of that thing, and then he said, oh, I should go to Dattatreya, as Samvart Rishi has said. And while he's going, he said, okay, Dattatreya is in Gandhamadhan Parvat. He takes that route and he goes through some mountains. And in those mountains, he's seeing beautiful trees. After all these things, when he saw the beautiful trees, his mind a little bit settled. Then he goes on seeing all this beautiful scenery, the beautiful mountains, beautiful roads. And then he sees some palaces over there. And he hears some ladies singing at some places. Some people are dancing. He goes there, then he sees some beautiful ponds, and the ponds are filled with lotuses. And then he sees some doves and animals there. He's very happy seeing all that. And then he goes in further, and there is beautiful breeze that is flowing in the mountains, and the breeze is filled with the aroma of beautiful flowers. And he goes ahead, and there he thinks, okay, now probably he has come to the area of Dattatreya, and he keeps going, and then he sees one hut, and outside the hut there is one saint who is meditating. So so Parshuram goes and sits in front of the saint for some time, and once the saint comes out of his meditation, Dattatreya is like, Parshuram is like, I am Parshuram. I have come here in the search of Dattatreya. I was sent by Samvart Rishi. Samvart Rishi showed me this direction. Would you please be able to direct me where Dattatreya Bhagwan is? I want to really see him. So this person is very happy. The saint becomes very happy, and he says, you have come to the right place, but I am not Dattatreya. We have to go somewhere else. I will take you there, and you will see Dattatreya today. So with that, this person guides him, and then they go to another hut, and in that hut, they will see Bhagwan Dattatreya. Dattatreya Bhagwan ki jai. Next class, we will see how Dattatreya is, and then they have a good chat, and then we'll understand what Dattatreya taught Parshuram. So with this, we end the class. Let me take your comments, and then we'll end it up. Jai Ma, Kalpana Sharma, beautiful Lalita Tripura Sundari, Jai Ho, Jai Ho. The only good I have done is to meet great gurus like you, Ma. Ma, today I did Ma Lalita Sthapana without knowing any Muhurat and Vidhan. I need your blessings, Ma Pranipad. Acha hai, dil se karo. You know, you did it from your heart. So everything is good when Ma Lalita is there. Okay? Jai Ma. Dear beloved Ma, kindly throw some light on various granthis in our body, Brahma Granthi, Vishnu Granthi, and Rudra Granthi. And apart from coming to satsang consistently, is there any technical way to rise above these granthis? Technical means sadhanatmak way. Yes, there is. Actually, the mantras that we are doing now, all those mantras in the kriyas, especially the kriyas, when you do the kriyas that is being taught to you, with that kriyas itself, these granthis get broken. Okay, so Brahma Granthi, Vishnu Granthi, and Rudra Granthi. Our body is divided in, we take it as 3 parts. 1 part, 2 part from the navel. Okay, anything below the navel, Brahma Granthi. Then from here to here, Vishnu Granthi. From to here to here, Rudra Granthi. We talk like that. Okay, from the heart. So these are the 3 parts. 1, from here to navel, 2 part. From navel to down, 3rd part. Most people are, as they said, they are only eating, and their whole attention is below the navel. Fill your belly and produce kids or genitals. That's all. Only that much part is being used. But as we do sadhana, and not only sadhana, so along with the sadhana, as I teach you in Gita, practicing those teachings of Gita, okay, sadhana and practice of Gita both go together. Wherever we are reading, everywhere first, all of these things will be taught. Just mantras won't help. So practicing your mantra and doing those things together, we slowly rise our consciousness. Right now, the consciousness is only belly or below it. Then we take those consciousness up. So when we call granthi is knots, but they are not like, they are knots of consciousness that gets broken. Knots of consciousness that gets broken. So first knot breaking is rising yourself above. from rising from the belly consciousness or below the belly consciousness. So when you have risen about there, then you are living in the Vishnu Granthi, that area. And the last consciousness where you're in the Atma Tattva, where you realize yourself as Atma, you are Shuddha Atma. That Atma Tattva or Akash Tattva, that is from this area to this area, your mind and your subconscious. From your navel to this area, you are always doing some action. Like even when you're doing the sadhana, you're chanting, you're meditating. Okay. So all these actions you're doing. So you're in the Vishnu Granthi area right now. But in the Rudra Granthi area, you go beyond this body. That knots is broken. The consciousness is flown now out of this body. The consciousness breaks your mind also. Okay. How to explain? Because here, unless we have learned the Gita chapter, no, it is very difficult for me to explain to you now. Because this, what I'm talking, first you have to understand in the 13th chapter, then understand the 6th chapter, then it becomes very easy. We, as I told you, this outer body is one body, and we have our consciousness and subconscious. Okay. Most of the time, your consciousness is in the world. So when your consciousness is in the world, even if you're doing the chanting, okay, your subconsciousness is not purified. So in that time, consciousness is half in the world, and consciousness is half purified. You're in the Vishnu Granthi area. And after some time, when you are practicing your sadhana and living the way the Gita has taught you, a time comes when your consciousness is not worldly at all. And your subconsciousness is also not worldly at all. Your consciousness is conscious mind. Your consciousness means mind. Mind is purified. Okay. And your subconscious mind is also purified. So this and this, all the way from here to here, there is nothing worldly existing. You're fully purified. At that time we say, okay, Rudra Granthi. Always Shiv mein. He has annihilated the bonds of the bodily. He has annihilated the bodily bonds. And what are those bodily bonds? Our three bodies. External body, conscious body, mind, conscious mind body, subconscious body. All these three bonds. There is nothing. Bonds means what are the bonds? The bonds are our raga, dvesha, all those things. These are the bonds that we have stored in our subconscious mind. So Rudra means annihilating all those subconscious knots, emotional knots. We don't know what all we have. Fear. People store fear. They're very spiritual, but they've stored fear for so many years. So slowly, when you are on this path, all these knots will be removed. All these knots will be removed. But both things go together. That is my understanding, my experience. Just by chanting mantras, not understanding how to change your nature does not help in the long run. Because if you have not changed the nature, then it becomes a big obstacle later on. So at the right time, if you understand Gita, if you practice it, then your mantra and your nature, the mantra will help you purify and the nature will also get purified. But both the things have to be done. Getting it? So like that. Okay. All right, let me see what else you read. I mean, listening to satsang is good, but this identification with the body is strong. I told you, in Gyan Marg, if you want to go with Gyan Marg, that identification is you have to work on it. I'm not this body, I'm not this body, I'm not this body. 100 times in a day, you have to think. You have to take out time and sit and think. I'll tell you, when I was in Gyan Marg, even if I'm sitting in the car, I will be thinking like that. If I travel in train, I think like that. That thought would not leave me at all. I'm just this soul, everybody's soul. 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 I'm not the body. This is not the body. I'm not the body. This is mantra. This is the mantra. Aham Brahmasmi is the mantra. Pragyanam Brahma. This knowledge is mantra. Is Brahma. This is mantra. That's all. So this is the mantra you have to repeat. Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi. I am not this body. I'm this soul. I'm not this body. I'm this. And then this is the whole day you're practicing. But then you have to sit down separately for 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour. Focus on that. So focus will go like this. I'm not the skin. I'm not this outer body. I'm not this weight. I'm, what Shankaracharya teaches in Nirvana Ashtakam. Exactly the same thing you have to meditate. Meditate, meditate, meditate. And then you go into that you are the pure Atma. And where is that Atma? Atma is in Atma's state. Pure Atma. Where does the pure Atma live? From here to here. This is the pure Atma's area. Pure Atmas, okay? This is your meditate. And then again you come back, you apply. So you practice, you apply. You practice, you apply. And it takes some good deal of time because we are in the world where every day you're interacting with different things. So you have to take your class separately. Class means take the class of your mind separately. So this is what all you do. Not just chanting, not just chanting. You sit with your mind. You train your mind. You talk to it. Whatever you learned in the Gita, you explain your mind. You feed it consciously. You feed your mind consciously. I did that. If I'm angry at somebody, I told you anger was, I used to get angry. So at that moment I'm angry, but what is the reaction after that was very important for me. How do I take the reaction back home? And when I'm sitting at my meditation, what do I say? It's very important. Apply everything, whatever it could be, to wipe away that seeds of anger. So for me, many of the things would happen, like I would offer the flower, yet the anger would still come. Then I would tell, what are you getting angry on? Are you getting angry on the words? Word is sound vibration. What are you getting angry on? On that form of that face of that person. The nature of the person. Nature is nothing but Rajoguna. Are you getting angry on the Rajoguna? Rajoguna is Prakriti. Are you getting angry on Prakriti? But Prakriti comes from Mool Prakriti. Mool Prakriti is Divine Mother. Whom are you getting angry with? I tell you, this is how I have worked. Sitting and working with the mind. Sitting and working with the mind. So you may ask, so where did the mantras help? Yes, in the beginning, the mantras helped a lot. Because mantras, by chanting, at that time, I was not working on my mind. I was just chanting mantras. So when I'm chanting mantras, because of the habit of chanting mantras, I knew I can bring my mind to one pointed focus. If I didn't have the habit of chanting the mantras, my mind would not be centered. So when I started very young, to chant mantras. So when I started at that time, who is working on growth and desire? Who is working on that? You are chanting the mantra only to get that result that you want from the mantra. But later on, I realized that this chanting helped me develop that skill that I can be focused. And when the mind used to be focused, then the higher knowledge started coming in. No, I have to practice this also. These are obstacles on my path. Then I used to teach my mind like that. And at certain point, the teachings disappear. So those mantra chanting, this different class that I used to do, all of this, totally at one point it happened. All those sanskaras, they washed off. And you reach a stage where there is stillness, peacefulness. You're not this body anymore. You're beyond the world. So it happens. Okay? It happens. So it is not only satsang. Remember how many times I've told you. Please remember that. 9 steps yaad kar lo. Yaad karo. Ado shraddha. Tatha sadhu sango. Tatha bhajan kriya. So तुमने लिखा, I mean listening to satsang is good. Second kriya also you have to do. Bhajan kriya. Then what will happen? Satsang, bhajan, both together, okay? Then what will happen? You wrote, but this identification with the body is so strong. So that identification, okay, that vritti, you have that strong vritti, that nature. identifying with the body is a strong nature of yours. That is anarth, that is unwanted. So ado shraddha, tatha sadhu sango, tatha bhajan kriya, tatha anartha nivritti syat. When you do satsang, when you do bhajan, this anartha vritti, what you have, that over attachment to the body, will slowly, slowly, slowly go away. It happens. Then all the things will come by itself. So this is one way. This is the Gyan Marg, because you spoke to me like a Gyan Marg question. What happens to the Bhakti Marg? Bhakti Marg, just the mantra itself. Again, but Bhakti, again, as I told you, you do Bhakti, but you don't consider yourself as, oh, you are the greatest Bhakta. You are the servant of the servant. And your job is only to serve the Lord. Bhakti is always a servant in his head. I am serving the Lord. He is beyond all this. He doesn't even think the identification with the body or not. In fact, he likes the body. Why? Because this body will be used for the service of my Lord. When I'm using the body for the service of my Lord, where do I have identification with it? The identification of the body is expressing rag, attachment. Identification of the body is attachment with the body. But for a bhakta, there is no attachment with the body. The body is given to serve the Lord. I will use this body to serve the Lord. The Lord gave me the body. The Lord gave me the opportunity. I will serve the body. So a bhakta is not attached to his body at all. He uses his body to serve the Lord. Hanumanji, he is the greatest bhakta. Was he attached to his body at all? He goes to Lanka, displays his power. He could have very easily killed Ravan and come and took Sita Maiya and come. But what does he go and say there? I am just showing you, I am just displaying you my power. I am just a servant. If my power is such, just think if my master comes, what will happen to you, O Ravana? Was he attached to his body? Attachment to the body means he will show, look, I am this and that. He is not attached. And after doing all that thing, when he goes there, and Ram wants to praise him, and he feels, why are you praising me? I have done nothing. He starts crying. Bhagavan, why? Ram says, you did such a big things. Hanumanji says, no. Don't fool people. I know what you are. I'm just like a ball. You kicked me from here and I crossed the ocean. And there she kicked me from there. I came to you. I am nothing. This is a bhakta's mindset, like Hanumanji. He is not attached to anything, only ready to serve his master. This is a bhakta. A jnani, he has to work for his bodily attachment, anger, whatever. He has to work. So Gyan Marg or Bhakti Marg, whatever you want to choose, it's up to you. So, but this identification with the body is strong. So as I told you, do the first two things properly, the third one will go away. One tends to forget everything, even though listening to you and Adi Guru Shankar only on bodily attraction and such length will hardly stay for 1 to 2 hours. And the biological loop will kick in and the person is back to his or her animalistic tendencies. Not only about sexual attraction, but goes for anger, desires, and other 6 enemies. All are the derivations of the body consciousness, what I have understood so far after listening to you. You have to work on it. 1 hour, 2 hours, at least you are successful, right? Some people are not even successful for 1 or 2 hours. So this 1 and 2 hours, we have to increase. That's all. When you are working in job, some big work is there, some big project is given on your head. At that time, you're so involved in the big project. Do you think of anything else? You won't. You're just doing the project. Same is going on this path. To me, the only thing that worked is increasing my counts, daily counts. If today I could do 21 malas, next month my target will be 31 malas. Next month, my mind cannot think of anything else if it is in its busy in its malas. I knew the target would be so big in my head. So whatever it takes, my mind is my mind. How can the mind rule over me? I have to rule over the mind. How can the mind say and behave the way it wants to? I have to make it behave the way I want it to. Sexual attraction, if I want to have it, I will have it. If I don't want to have it, shut up. My mind has to be in my control. It has to know. For that, we have to work hard. For that, we have to really work hard. So this is the way I worked it and I shared with you. I have really worked with it. Still, I work with it because the world is like that. It'll drag you. Okay, so yeah. But don't worry, it happens. So Ma, that means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his last stages was in his Rudraganthi. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was from the beginning only in Rudraganthi. He is Radha Bhav. He is always like that. He just did all of those things to tell us. But yes, many of the saints, who are like that only. They are beyond all that. Vivekananda, Paramahansa Yogananda, they are all like that. Okay. In Lalita Sahasranam, her names include Vishnu Granthi Vivedini likewise. Yes, she is Chiti Shakti. She's again consciousness. Granthi means there is no physical knot over there. Your consciousness. If you are in animal consciousness, Brahmaji does procreation. So you're in that consciousness. Then you rise above that. Vishnuji just maintains everything work-wise. So you're in that consciousness. Rudra Granthi is Shiva Granthi. You have annihilated everything. Everything is peaceful. So in that consciousness. So every consciousness level that you grow in. So Brahma Granthi Vibhedini, Rudra Granthi Vibhedini. Vibhedini means, what is she in the body as, sitting as? She is in the consciousness. She is the energy of the consciousness. So if your consciousness is animal consciousness, you're still going there. You work hard, you go up, 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 up. That's all. Getting it. There is no anything external that is going to come. You have to work for it. So consciousness is the main thing. Knots means those emotional things that you have stored, seeds, and they all wash off. They all wash off. Gyan Agni Dagda Karmanam. By the knowledge, it happens. All right. माँ ललिता की और कृष्ण की भक्ति वाला मार्ग ही बता दीजिए. बहुत मेहनत का काम है ये ज्ञान मार्ग वाला. Have practiced this for many months, read the teachings of Raman Maharshi, Papaji and various other Advaitis, and I have happily failed many times. Happily failed. That's a good one. Yeah. Dear mom, for me, anger has improved quite a bit, ma. I get angry and I'm conscious that I'm getting angry because I need to let the other person know that their behavior is unacceptable. But after telling them I'm okay, because suddenly I have big picture that they are a soul, that my soul is connected with this birth, and it's okay to learn from them and teach them properly. So karmic bondage is resolved. But when it comes to lust, bodily consciousness, maybe a slight improvement, but quite frustrating as it is causing weakness in spiritual practice. One is you're preparing your mind to overcome lust. Wonderful. Second is the body is one day going to give up, no matter what. So chill. And we are in Grihastha ashrams. So we have been given some freedom. So just relax, work on your mind. Still, if there is something, no problem. After some time, the body will give up all lust. If your mind has taken it away, then lust will go away. It will be that easy. Okay, it happens. And another thing is, if we take up our mala, I only know one thing. If you take up your mala, as responsibilities go away from your life, when we are in family life, so as responsibilities go away, and we increase our chant rounds more and more, lust will definitely go away one day. It may appear, when you are doing more sadhana, sometimes it happens, the seeds of your lust, or lust, when I say, I'm saying kam vasana, sexual desire, seeds of your lust will appear as dreams. It happens. And then people get scared. Oh, what is happening? I'm chanting so much. I'm trying to be on this path. And why am I seeing such dreams? Because you had stored in your subconscious mind. You don't know. Now you've forgotten. But when you are chanting mala, the subconscious is getting purified. So all those seeds which you had stored will come out as dreams. So they will come out, and then you have to tell your mind, cleaned up, gone, cleaned up, gone. This is it. So tell your mind, cleaned up, done and dusted. Okay. So this way, after some time, you will see even those kind of dreams will stop coming. Sometimes you will see you're fighting with people, unknown people in your dreams, because you have stored those seeds. And as you start doing your sadhana more and more, those dreams will start coming. Sometimes fearful dreams will start coming. So this phase will go on for some time as you increase your sadhana. So you must not worry. That will come, that will go. You have to just tell your mind, relax, done and dusted, happiness, everything is done. You are beyond this. Teach your mind only this. Because all those seeds you have taught your mind to be fearful. You have not taken care of your mind earlier. That is why now it is producing. And the mind is telling what to do with all those. Now you want me to be peaceful, but what to do with all those that you have stored? Throw it off. Throw it off. That's how you train your mind. Okay. These are all practical things you do. Yes, I told you. Navdeep Kumar Dang, Mataji, what is different between Vishnu Sahasranam Sadhana, Lalita Sahasranam Sadhana? Why Vishnu Sahasranam gives wealth regarding results? Very fast, but Lalita Sahasranam results not in. Who said? Sitting example in front of you. I did Vishnu Sahasranam very late in my life. I got everything from Lalita Sahasranam. Boldly I declare. She gave me everything. When I say she gives bhoga and moksha, she has given me the highest bhogas also I have seen. And moksha also she has given me. So here is a practical example. Okay? If you want to believe, believe. Because Bhagavan said in Gita, the one who has Shraddha will get the Gyan. Okay? So yeah. So, and now since I said that, saying that, don't think that Vishnu Sahasranam will not give you. If your faith is what will give you what you are looking for. So if you have faith in Vishnu Bhagavan, and if you do that sincerely, if you are looking Vishnu Bhagavan to give you wealth, he will give you wealth. Because Lakshmi ji is always with him. So now you will say, oh, Vishnu and Lakshmi are together, so I must pray to Vishnu for wealth. But do you know who Lakshmi is? When you read Devi Bhagavad, it is said, Ma Tripura only became Lakshmi. Who is Tripura? Lalitambika. We are reading Tripura Rahasya. It will come. She only will become Lakshmi. Getting it? So if you chant Lalita Sahasranam also, you will get wealth. If you chant Vishnu Sahasranam also, you will get wealth. Do not distinguish. And they both will give it. It is not about early or later or there's no competition here. This is not banking services that they are marketing. Oh, you open account with us, I will give you in 24 hours and the other one will give you 48 hours. No, it's not like that. You get wealth when it has to come to you, when the right time has come to you. So pray sincerely. At your right time, you will get the desired thing. Got it? All right, Karishma Shah on YouTube, मेरी लाइफ में न्यू लव कब आएगा? लव देखा तो हर जगह लव ही है, समझ में आया ना? अब मेरे ऐसे से कोई पूछेगा, मुझे तो हर जगह लव नजर आता है, इतने लोग प्यार करने वाले, ठीक है? तुम्हारी लाइफ में न्यू लव कब आएगा? हाँ, तुम्हें अगर कोई ऐसे बॉयफ्रेंड वॉयफ्रेंड की कोई जरूरत है, अब करो, जो जिसके साथ तुम्हारा कर्मों का लेन देन लिखा है, उसका जब समय आना होगा, वो आ ही जाएगा. आप मांगो या ना मांगो, जिसके साथ लिखे हैं ना कर्मों के टाके वीड़े, हो ही जाएगा. सो जस्ट चिल, एंजॉय योर लाइफ. ठीक है, भगवान से प्रे करो, भगवान दिखा देंगे. चलो अब हम लोग क्लास एंड करें. जय श्री कृष्णा. हरि बोल. जय मां.
हरि बोल.
राधे राधे. राधे राधे.
Thanks for the class, Mom.
Thank you.